What's up, guys? Mike Barkov here with Live Free, Twisted Tracklist. Again, sorry I have been gone away for so long from Twisted Tracklist. I've been busy focusing on other stuff, filming web series and all that. Um, this week, we don't do this weekly. This episode of Twisted Tracklist is about The Off Season by J. Cole, which just came out. Um, I did not like it as much as KOD. I did not like it as much as For Your Eyes Only. I didn't hate it. I just was disappointed. I said to someone, it's not a bad album, it's just a bad Cole album. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I think that is exactly the case here. Also notable, somehow, some way, don't kill me, I'm not a huge fan of the J. Cole mixtapes, so I'm assuming that's probably also part of the reason why I didn't like this, because it was technically a mixtape. Um, I do think that there's good tracks in it. For example, tracks 7 to 12, I think it is. Those ones I really liked. My Life with 21 Savage was also really good. 95 South was really good. Parts of Applying Pressure and parts of Punching the Clock were really good. But other than that, I really just wish that the album had more cohesiveness, and because of that, it kind of drew me off as a J. Cole fan. It really caught me by surprise how little I enjoyed the album. I've listened to it probably 3 or 4 times since it came out, and my opinion still hasn't really changed, which has surprised me because when For Your Eyes Only came out, I really wasn't that big on that one, but I realized, oh wait, I'm just being a little hard on it because that one has a story, and I didn't really catch the story because I was expecting it to be 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And I don't know, that's pretty hypocritical of me to say that, but then say this album sucks because it could have just been that I was expecting KOD and I didn't get KOD. But I mean, honestly, KOD, one of my favorite albums. I mean, I know that's a very unpopular J. Cole opinion, but KOD is a great album, and to me, anyways, and I really liked it. And yeah, this one, there was just something off about it for me. So I went through and I found some of his features because, I'm sure anyone watching this is a J. Cole fan, they know. He made that Spotify playlist called Where the Fuck is the Off Season? So I took some of those songs and I put them into an off-season Twisted track list as well as the album. I didn't cut any songs, even though there's a few that I'm really tempted to cut, such as Amari. I mean, that was. I'm not even trying to be rude or anything. Like I'm sure J. Cole will never see this in his life, but that was probably my least favorite J. Cole song since his first album. Like it really did not catch my ear at all. I don't see it ever catching my ear, and like I'm sorry, I just could not get in that one. And like, so I was close to cutting that, but I was like, no, I don't like to do that with Twisted Track List. If I had every single song on the Big Day and the Big Day Twisted Track List, I'm pretty sure I can do the off season in one. It just doesn't really fit in the album or the Twisted Track List though. Another interesting fact, I was going to actually make an off-season album if he didn't put one out because, he hyped it up and he said something, he confirmed it, he announced it, and back in 2018, and I've been waiting for it, So like last year I started making an off-season Twisted track list, which was like my own version of the album, and then, I was expecting this album not to be the off-season but to be the fall off, but January 2021 taught us that that was a improper way of thinking. So I mean, all things work out. It's a good thing I didn't make that Twisted track list. But anyway, I talked a lot on this one, more than I usually do. I guess the first few installments I did, but I haven't done this in a while, and I mean, maybe I should start making them a little longer. Let me know in the comments below if you like it when I vent about the music or if I just get right into it. Because, I mean, last year when I was making these, I was so busy I didn't really have time to talk about the album, but this year I'm trying to spend as much time equally on everything, even though the camera quality right now is really shitty, whatever. Just because I'm filming it on the computer, because both of my camera batteries are dead. We just did a music video and all that stupid stuff. Not stupid. The music video is not stupid, but I should probably just quit talking. But we have a music video coming on the way too, so look out for that. And you know, I'll get into it. Okay, so my version of the off season starts with 95 South. I kept the intro the same. Great song. Then I go into A Lot, and I know a lot of people, that's not meant to be a pun, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what the fuck, like, we've heard that song so many times. I put the extended version of A Lot, which is on 21 Savage's YouTube. I put that in there because I really like the song, and I think it really kind of gives you more introspective and perspective over my life, which I put at third. Um, Fourth would be Applying Pressure, which, I mean, that one can really sit anywhere in the album. It doesn't really matter. Then fifth, I put Amari. Now, this one, I might be changing that after this comes out. Like, I might keep listening to this and be like, where the fuck does Amari go? I'm going to change it because I really do not like the song, and I do not think that it has any place on this list at all. But I put it at 5 because number 6, I made Jermaine's Interlude from DJ Khaled's album, which is a really good song. And I didn't listen to that song enough until I made this Twister track list, and I was like, oh, that's actually a really good song. So I put that after Amari because it kind of got the same sing-songy type things, but I feel like if you have something that's actually good after a bad sing-songy, it hopefully will redeem the bad one in front of it. Then I got Punching the Clock. Again, I'm not trying to criticize the album too much, but with Punching the Clock, it was a decent beat, and there was one part of the song that I really liked when he talked about waking up from a nightmare. I'm pretty sure that's the song that's in. He talked about waking up from a nightmare, but then like the rest of the song was just all over the place, and it was like that part where he talked about the nightmare. That's like the one thing I remember from that song, aside from like the beat and the intro, And I mean, seriously, like I just got to keep going, or else I'm going to be venting about this for a while. After that, I have Lit, which is a bonus track off of Boz's Last Winter, I think is the name of the album or mixtape, whatever it is. 100 Mil off of the off season. Pride is the Devil. I really liked that song. That was a good one. Interlude. I shouldn't say this. When it's hard to say with J. Cole too because he does make great interludes, but when a song called Interlude is one of the best songs on the album, man, it's not that good. It's not a good thing, After Interlude, I put Album of the Year Freestyle, which, it sucks because he's talking about KOD and it just fits so out of place. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do like a Google Drive type one and like edit out the KOD line or something to shorten that song or something. But I put that in there because I feel like it captures what he was trying to go for with the flows a lot. And also I put it in there because of the fact that, obviously that's when he announced the off season. Then I put The Climb Back, which, again, really great song. That was one of my favorites on this album, but it was a single, you know what I mean? Like, it was a single. Like, it would be nice if I would have been listening to that song for the first time in the album. I am grateful that he released it in 2020, though, because it was so boring with music around that time, and then he put out The Climb Back, and, like, that was crazy. Like, The Climb Back and Lion King on Ice are amazing songs. I was expecting a lot more with this album, and, that probably deteriorated my opinion on it, but I don't know. It's a little difficult. I'm trying to heal as a J. Cole fan, After that, I put Hell Nah, which is a leaked song from Mez. It's Mez's song with J. Cole on a feature. I put that in there because J. Cole does discuss his wife in what song is that? I couldn't tell you the song to be honest, but it's one of the songs on here. He talks about his wife and how she got a call from Michael B. Jordan. She wouldn't answer it. In the song Hell Nah, he talks about how they're close to breaking up. It was recorded a while ago. Not quite that, quote unquote, but definitely he's basically saying, like, I'm not 100% sure, like, we're where we're supposed to be. And so I thought that was kind of a good, flip-flop to have, such a, hey, I trust you bar in there for your wife, and then also, like, drop the curtain and be like, things aren't always the best that they could be, I could see J. Cole doing that too, I think it adds some substance. After that, I put Pretty Little Fears, which again, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell, like, we've heard that song over and over and over again. Honestly, I put that in there when I put Hell Nah in there, so it could kind of grow off of that wife part with that line and, like, add substance there, as well as add substance to the track where he mentioned his wife not cheating on Michael B. Jordan. After Pretty Little Fears, I put Purple Emoji in there, which it was basically just cementing that idea and doing that whole thing. I also put Purple Emoji in there because he's talking about birth and all of that in his verse, which is at the end. And I guess that's another thing I should mention. In the off season, every song that has a feature, it's J. Cole's verse, and then their verse at the end. The tracks that I'm adding here, it's not always like that. So that's one thing that really does kind of suck. But I'm just trying to make the album a bit more cohesive. But I am aware of the mistakes in it. Um, but anyway, with Purple Emoji, he starts talking about birth and all that stuff, and it kind of gives it like a little bit of a religious vibe. Very little, but somewhat, you know. That might be a grasp, but I just needed something to lead into Javari. Javari was a leaked J. Cole song, supposedly recorded during the For Your Eyes Only time period, which, as that documentary showed, a lot of these songs have been put onto a hard drive or whatever for a long time, and he's just waiting to release them. Javari is a good song though, and I think Javari kind of is a good little. I don't know. This album has so much things that he's going on about, and I just think something like Javari really adds a lot of layers to it because it's him kind of speaking about multiple things at once and, you know, trying to tie it up a little bit. After Javari, I have Let Go My Hand, which was one of my favorite tracks on the album. Really good song, but when I heard the album, I just kept thinking Let Go My Hand should have been in front of Close. So that's what I did. I put Close behind Let Go My Hand. Close was probably my favorite song on the J. Cole album, the off-season. Um, really good, relatable track. You know, the way he's wording stuff is just crazy. Every rhyme scheme, I read this on Twitter, every rhyme scheme rhymes, like at the end of the bar, rhymes with close. And like that's something that Eminem did with Legacy. And like that's crazy. you know. Hunger on Hillside, again, I kept the end of the album as the end of the album. I haven't listened to this a whole lot, and unfortunately, I can't get all this on Spotify to share with you guys because Javari and Hell Nah are not on Spotify. But I am going to be dropping the Spotify playlist in the description, the link for that. Um, so it's 18 out of the 20 songs that I imagine. So, like I said, I might be making a little Google Drive type thing. Oh, you also there's no A Lot extended version on Spotify either. You just have the regular one. The A Lot extended is on 21's YouTube 2121. Um, but I don't know. I tried adding some substance to this. If you guys are a big J. Cole fan and you didn't really like it either, sound off in the comments because it'd be nice to know that I'm not alone. And, you know, as I've been talking about this, I've realized, like, man, maybe I should give this another chance. But I've given it, like, 4. But, like, you know, I just said that thing about relating Close to Legacy. And that made me realize, like, my favorite thing about the Marshall Mathers LP2, which is also an album that a lot of people like to disregard and, you know, kind of be, you know, disrespectful to, is that like, people say it lacks cohesiveness and stuff. And, like, you know, thinking about that, it's like, yeah, that album is all over the place. I mean, of course, all Eminem albums are, for the most part, all over the place. But, like, I don't know. You know, my reply to that, I guess, is where I was going with that, is that the Marshall Mathers LP2 is Eminem having fun. And that's why I like listening to that. You know, you can hear it in his voice. He's having fun. And so, like, I don't know. Maybe I should look at the off season like that and listen to it. I don't know. Man, when those beats start and it's the wah, 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 like the sports like horn, it's like, oh my god, like why do you do that? That's hideous to the ears, you know. Like I'm not a fan of that, man. But yeah, link in the description. I'm sorry if I shit on an album that you really liked. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's a bad album. It's just not what I was expecting from Cole. You know, tell me if there's something I missed. Tell me if there's a favorite song of yours that you think I should really listen to and why I should re-listen to it. You know, what I should have in my mind when I do whatever. You know, I'm not closed-minded about music. You know, I'll go back and re-listen to it and I'll try to give it another chance. But I just wanted to offer this to you guys, especially so close to the album, especially because I haven't released a Twisted Tracklist in a while. So, thanks for watching. Sorry that it took me forever to do this. More Twisted Tracklist coming ASAP, as well as more projects. Alright, peace out.